A rough ride, slides to a spectacular view, peculiar only to the land of beauty. A train's in a terrific structure tells you the importance of your destination. Arriving at the base of the Mandara mountain, a serene place to cool off.
We nicknamed this place Sukur Tourist Haven, STH. It's a locally made place, and it was, I can say, most of the work done here was by the community effort. Everybody sees this place as a home of unity, home of peace, Gidan Taimako. So people usually come here, especially when they're going to go to school. We one time hosted the minister from China. The German ambassador was here one time. Once they go to school, before they go, we give them refreshment. And when they come, when they are very tired, we give them refreshment. So it has become a place where we can offer services to people who come far and near to go and visit Sukur. And this is a rural community. Though the place is not decent or international standard, at least one can rest here, get water, get where you can rest. So this is a pride to all our people around here. And it's very serene. People sometimes who want to even come and have a reflection do come here. There was one man from Canada who's Nick David. You have seen him in that thing. He was at the hill, and through his encouragement, this place was put up.
And before hiking up the mountain, a treat by the locals.
And here we are beginning the hiking to Sukur, and we're expected to trek for about 2 hours according to those that have been up there.
Every step up the mountain, a piece of the history of the people unveils. A marble-like stones paved the way. Tiring but exciting.
After a rigorous 2 hours climb, we're here at the first gate of the SUKUR Kingdom on top of the Mandara Mountains. As we step into this gate, the whole place will open up for us, and what we're likely going to see is about 1,886 acres of space which contains the SUKUR Kingdom today.
The climate like the scales of the chameleon, and suddenly the land is soaked. Like turning the keys to open Solomon's mines, the palace of the Hidi of Sukur beckons. Before the eyes are wonders of dry stone architecture, preserved for more than 600 years. The miraculous hands that made the dry stone stand the forces of man and nature still remains in a cloud of mysterious explanation. Not only that the kingdom stood the test of time, it has also kept the way of life of its ancestors with a bluff to the winds of civilization.
The community, entire community here have maintained their lifestyle, which they have inherited from descendants for a long period of time. Even though there are some incursions from religion, Islamic and Christianity, have not significantly changed their lifestyle. Even the influence from the European, this is the influence of European contact. How, if you look at West Africa in general, even the entire Africa, we have many communities have adopted European system of life. But here, you see, they have still maintaining the traditional life system. So that's one thing I could tell you about the surrounding community.
27 gates across the palace, each playing a significant role in initiations, festivals, the demise and coronation of a new Hidi of Sukur. From the shrine of the masters of initiation to that of the commander of the defenders of the kingdom, rituals are an integral part of the ancestors of the people of Sukur.
They have a lot of festivals, like there's also an initiation rite ceremony. That one takes place every 2 years, whereby young boys are being initiated into adulthood. So if you reach the age of 18 to 20 years, you will be taken to those priests. Busfire and Dalatu, they are the ones in charge of initiation rites. So they will be initiated into adulthood. From that time now, you are now a man, you can marry. But without initiation, you cannot, they will not allow you. So there is a festival, Khaldu. So that one it has its own significance. There is also Zoku. Zoku is after Yawal Festival. Yawal Festival is organized by the Hidi himself, with his title holder, to celebrate a successful lunar year. When they have got bumper harvest, they will now call people come, let's celebrate. This year has been successful. There's bumper harvest, there's no death, no casualties among the community. So let's celebrate. So that's how they will now celebrate the Yawal Festival, and after the celebration, it will now follow by that festival of Zoku. So they have some little other festival that they celebrate in their houses. That one they do not involve people coming out from the houses to meet. No, they will meet and sit at their houses, make sacrifices, pray in their own native way. Then it will go out like that.
Beyond the festivals, the kingdom was in the eyes of the storm for regional powers seeking to satiate their taste for the byproduct of iron.
16th and 17th century period, experts described the Sukur Kingdom as a regional supplier of iron ore and its byproducts. A hut like this one, which harbors one of the iron smelting points used to turn out thousands of agricultural implements, spears, bow and arrows, which is being used to fight wars that were won.
It was part of the trade goods that enhanced the Trans-Sahara trade. So, you see, iron works in every community, we know the value of iron is rare, and yet maybe some people have it without knowing, but Sukuru people had it and knew it and used it for their economic benefits. So the iron works they did here promoted trade and built their economy. People came from across the Sahara Desert and other parts of the country and even into everywhere. So they traded here. Who knows, they must have been, not iron was outstanding, but they have other items, culturally, inspired products, which were in trade. It's only that the iron was one of the rarest you can ever find anywhere. And equally, the process, of producing iron here in Sukuru has some variations from what is obtained in many other places, which makes their products durable. You can get iron products here, maybe based on the process of production, the quality may differ. But the ones coming from Sukuru, based on the quality of the ore and the process of production, gives Sukuru first line as in the production process.
The ironworks represent the glory days of Sukur, when they were actively producing iron, and that was a big part of the trade that went up and down the stone paths. And so we're going to try to document those ironworks better than they currently are, so that Nigerian Museum and Monuments and UNESCO has a better idea of the conditions. We hope that that will bring other researchers to Sukur to study and to understand more about the condition of the ironworks and to learn about the culture.
Sukur had endured the last 600 years without any threat, but the Boko Haram insurgency with inevitable scars.
The Boko Haram insurgency has no doubt impacted negatively on the lives of the people of Sukur as well as its heritage. But in terms of recovery and restoration, they're not left alone.
But the worries of the inhabitant of the kingdom is doused by the helping hands of the volunteers brought in by the Africa International Documentary and Festival Foundation.
As a part of a program, and part of the things we're going to do here in Sukur is to see how we can restore some of the things that have been affected in the past 10 years during the insurgency, and also to see how we can also create awareness to the local communities here. We have quite a couple of things that we intend to restore here in Sukur, which includes the gallery of the Hidi, that's the chief of the Sukur. And also we want to see if there are some mini health clinics, which we want to also give a medical aid to them. And there are some other activities that also include the ironworks, which we want to document some of the works that have been done in the past. Dr. Nicholas and Judy have done some very good job in the past 30 years. So we want to document some of the works that they have done in those years before. We want to show them exactly the World Heritage Site, what the present situation. And this is one of the activities that we intend to do to draw attention, not just for the local community itself, but also both national and international communities to see how they can support this World Heritage Site. Because it's the site that is the first in Nigeria, it's the first World Heritage Site in Nigeria, but nobody has had, when you ask somebody, even those above 40, they don't even know there's a site like this that exists, So we want to create that kind of awareness, and this is one of the ways we want to create awareness.
It's a participatory volunteering program whereby the volunteers and even the community will work together. As they work together, they'll be able to interact with the community and know exactly what are not just issues of heritage or landscape, but also what are their problems towards livelihood. Because we've noticed a lot of problems in the society, shortcomings, people have neglected them. Even coming up to this place, there's no motorable road to this place. It took us virtually 3 hours on foot to hike up to the mountain, which I think is over 10,000 feet above sea level. So the volunteers, coming back to the volunteers, the expectation that for the foundation, I think, based on what we know, is for them to create awareness, because we have volunteers from across the globe. We have from almost every region in Nigeria is represented here, and the total volunteers and even the officials, even the media team that we came over to SUKUR were about 50 in number. So that shows the capacity. And all these volunteers, some of them, most of them voluntarily registered that they want to be part of this. They were not compelled. Nobody pushed them. It was because most of them preferred to come as volunteers to work and see what the communities have so that they can also give back. Most of them, almost everybody here work in one place or the other, but they decided to take leave or to come and participate in this 10-day action camp.
So many people, Nigerians, and perhaps even those from the tourism sector have not known SUKUR, even though it's a UNESCO declared site, but many Nigerians do not know that such a treasure exists somewhere in Nigeria, and particularly in Adamawa State. So I think the aspect of the impact we have made, we have created awareness for Nigerians, and we have created awareness on the international community that this UNESCO declared World Heritage Site is indeed an edifice really to be part of.
I am a researcher by trade. I write journal articles, and I'm planning to do a community survey, talking with 3 groups, maybe the men, maybe the women, and then maybe the youth, and trying to find out on a day-to-day basis, you know, what their concerns are, what works well in SUKUR, what might need to help or be changed. And if we get some data like that from the community, then maybe when others come, maybe AUN comes back, or other partners come back, then they can do what the people want. So we understand a little bit more about life here and how life can be better.
So coming up and sweating was very nice, taking all that rain. But luckily, I'm used to a mountain climate and it's cold in my house. So we got a lot of rain, but then it dried out and this was very nice. I would like to play with the children, but it was nice to be there, and the music and the dance, and it was I felt very free, and I felt everybody felt very free to dance together or not, and to enjoy the music. And I think it's a very special place. It's very, it touched me, my heart.
Medical supplies were stocked with a prompt reaction from the Hidi of SUKUR.
Al'umman SUKUR sama da 600 da aka sani, shekara 600 da aka sani.
We, the people of SUKUR, known for almost 600 years, are people who are committed to the preservation of what our forefathers have left behind, like our customs and culture, ensuring that none is missing or forgotten. Today, someone may be surprised that a young man from SUKUR can perform all the rites and crafts of our forefathers. This is the result of the commitment of our fathers, who ensure we stick to our traditions. A woman is taught to play her own part, and the man to play his own too. Whoever comes to this kingdom from anywhere will see in reality the fact that we are still preserving our culture, and this will continue to the next generation. Most importantly, in my position as the leader of the SUKUR people, I have continued to sensitize our people wherever they are, to make sure that they learn our culture, because this culture must continue to exist. We are glad that the entire people of SUKUR have made it a point of duty to pass the culture to the younger generation.
The younger generation of the kingdom curious of every move. When the sun rises, it was time for the volunteers to start descending. That was equally tasking but easier than the climbing. More than 1,900 meters above sea level, but every bit of the slopes across the mountain is cultivated. The people of Sukur have no place for an idle hand. One batch after another, we all descended the mountain.
A tedious hiking up the mountain about 1,900 meters above sea level. Wonderful discoveries and a lot of memories to be kept for life.
Hitting the road back, the once deserted villages and towns on the heels of the Boko Haram insurgency now vibrant. Only the scars on buildings touched or destroyed by the insurgents keep the memories of that dark era.
When you are fasting, you are trying to be closer to God. You are trying to tell God that, yes, I am your child.
I was commanded to obey my mother and worship God and to establish prayers.
They are a place that when you come with reverence.
You should tell the believing women that they should lower their gaze and guard their modesty.
Until when we meet next time, same station and same time, my name is still Imam Wadadi.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up and live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal.
I am not presenting a fashion show here, but I simply would like to say that we must accept to live the African way. It's been the only way to live in freedom and in dignity. Visionary, selflessness, love for our people and fatherland. These attributes of a true leader are difficult to find at this time. Africa and indeed Nigeria have been at thresholds of history. The quality of leadership at these times has often determined the narratives of such historical moments. The big question, therefore, has always been, who is a true leader?
A proper leader should be a Nigerian that is truly Nigerian. A Nigerian that will not only lead Nigeria, somebody who can also lead Africa. Because Nigeria and the Community of Nations is not an ordinary country. Most of the African countries look towards Nigeria for leadership.
The noble efforts of patriots in pre-independent Nigeria have been well documented. They represented the finest of Nigeria's history and reference point for character development.
We must ensure that in an independent Nigeria, individual citizens throughout the land enjoy liberty, human dignity, and equality under the law. There must be one Nigeria with one constitution and one law for all. Let us therefore, Mr. Chairman, sir, close our ears to the counsel of despair, which says that we cannot here at this conference agree on a constitution.
Nigerians always see their leader as if it's just Nigerian leader. They don't know how we are seen outside. And if we are able to get the right person who understands the situation, understands Nigerians, who is not greedy, somebody who is ready to sacrifice. Because for a country that have so much resources like Nigeria, Nigeria is not a poor country, but we have so many poor people.
Prime Minister Balewa is making an official visit to America at the invitation of the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy.
And we respect the people of the United States for their love of freedom. The spirit of freedom which was kindled in the hearts of the founders of your great nation and has impelled you to great feats in moments of national emergency, as well as in your daily activities. That same spirit has shown itself in Africa, and we are determined that the flame of freedom once alight shall not go out again in our continent.
Nigeria's reputation around the world has largely been determined by the quality of its leadership and the character of its citizens.
Leadership is about sacrifices, and leadership is about taking responsibilities. And we have a lot that we need a leader to take on. So we need that leader that will have that capacity to exhibit these qualities.
For 25 years of my life, I fought for the freedom of Nigeria. Nigeria will attain independence on October 1, 1960. So it makes no difference to me whether the Sardauna or Balewa or Chief Awolowo or myself will become the first Prime Minister. So long as Nigeria is free, I'll be satisfied.
The utmost love for country and its people, the understanding that country comes first before any other interest, are what stand a true leader out from the pack.
A leader you can trust, a leader that will be able to provide all those dividends that Nigerians are looking forward to.
In the words of Joseph Gilbert Orland, a time like this demands strong minds, great hearts, true faith, and ready hands. Men whom the lust of office does not kill. Men whom the spoils of office cannot buy. Men who possesses opinions and a will. Men who have honor. Men who will not lie. Men who can stand before a demagogue and damn his treacherous flatteries without winking.